Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, December 7th.
On behalf of Flagler Schools, it is my honor to recognize and celebrate this year's award recipient of the Harry T. Moore Teaching for Civil Liberties and Civil Rights Award from Matanzas High School, Mr. Tony Zaksowitz.
A longtime Matanzas High School teacher who won a state award last year has been arrested in connection with a serial theft scheme. Amy Cherry has our top story.
Police say Tony Zaksowitz of Palm Coast popped tags and used skip scanning methods at self-checkout terminals at Walmart for hundreds of transactions from May through October. He was arrested Tuesday on felony charges of grand theft, aggregate theft, and unlawful possession or use of an inventory control device. The arrest is a fall from grace for the history educator who's taught in Flagler schools for 17 years. Just last year, Zaksowitz received the Florida Council Social Studies Harry T. Moore Teaching for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties Award. He was honored at a school board meeting last year.
Mr. Tony Zaksowitz has spent countless hours in his classroom impacting the lives of students, stretching their thinking, and empowering them to become active citizens who will positively impact the world. A colleague writes, he gives a voice and makes room for all underrepresented groups in our collective history. He allows students to explore the expansion of civil rights and civil liberties over time, while encouraging students to explore parts of history that speak to them.
It's unclear whether Zaksowitz will remain employed with Flagler schools. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A child molester from Flagler County is heading to prison. Sheriff Rick Staley says a resident acting on the department's See Something, Say Something guidance led to the arrest of Alfonso Joseph in July of last year.
A resident called about hearing unusual noises. Deputies responded and found an adult having sex with a child. Deputies arrested this individual. And this week, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison and 10 years sex offender probation.
Joseph pleaded guilty to a charge of lewd and lascivious battery. Palm Coast firefighters are asking for the public's help in keeping reefs green this holiday season.
We have large reefs that have been hung outside of all 5 of our fire stations with green bulbs. And every time we run a fire throughout the month of December, we change one light from green to red, as a reminder to the residents to help keep our reefs green.
Lieutenant Patrick Giuliano, Fire Public Information Officer, he says Project Green Wreath is a visual reminder of the importance of implementing and following fire safety practices during the holiday season.
Make sure they check all the light strings for damage. Throw away light strings if they have frayed cords or sockets and replace them with UL-approved devices. Choose a live Christmas tree with fresh, green needles that don't fall when they're touched. Make sure that you water your tree daily.
Then, in addition to the holiday safety tips,
we want to remind our residents to never store anything flammable inside your oven. Clean your oven and stove regularly, especially during the season as we start cooking a lot more. And keep candles at a safe distance from children, decorations, and especially trees, and never leave candles unattended or burning throughout the night.
Lieutenant Giuliano also says to stay safe on ladders this holiday season and beyond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The newbies are subsidizing those of us already here.
New residents coming in subsidize y'all who are already living here.
See what I mean? That right there is Toby Tobin, the host of Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin here on WNZF. He said that he's not talking about the ITT homes in Palm Coast because those are already taken. He said that new people who move here will need places to live, and it's those people who will subsidize the rest of us.
If we're going to have new people coming here, we're going to have to build new residential units, be it homes, duplexes, quadruplexes, or nineplexes. Those people are going to require new construction.
Tobin said that while cities used to allow roads to become the city's responsibility, they don't do that now. That means that new subdivisions in Florida have to have associations and they have to maintain their own roads and other utilities. You can listen to Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin here on WNZF, Saturday mornings at 11 or on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, putting a moratorium on growth. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.